Hello, my name is Anne-Lauren Eccles. I'm chair of the Historic Districts Commission, and we put together this sampling of the most frequently asked questions we've had in the last few months regarding Mount Independence, which is Article 9. We hope it helps everyone to go through what we've been answering, perhaps individually. What was the motivation behind the initiative? Uh, it was basically the submittal of plans for asking for the demolition of 12 Summit, and it triggered a one-year demolition delay from our historical commission, the HC. Similar triggers years ago led to the creation of Minuteman National Park. The residents of the Fallen Hill researched and wrote the history of their area, and they presented this initial write-up to the select board with a request, which is the process in 40C, for the HDC to form a study committee. Response, that's what the select board did, and asked the existing HDC to be the study committee. Then the residents, again, of the area hired an architectural historian to document the properties and to write a broader report, and that was forwarded to the HDC. After site visits and review, the HDC found the properties architecturally and historically significant, and we take the case to the Massachusetts Historical Commission for their review and recommendations. The proposal started with a determination of National Register eligibility for 12 Summit and 52 Fallen Road. These two National Register properties became the center then of this new district. Additional research determined the historic significance of 3 other properties. 2 contemporary houses and 2 wooded lots were added to the proposed district for boundary protection. The neighborhood did consider forming an NCD, but they rejected that idea and would prefer the greater oversight that an historic district provides. Does it prevent affordable or inclusionary housing? The HDC reviews architecture and the setting. We have no preference or say in the use. How does the town benefit? Because this architecture is truly unique and has historic worth. Is the project rushed? Mount Independence has taken the normal amount of time to have a full review by boards, committees, commissions, and including a lengthy state review. Do we have plans for other districts? This proposal was initiated by the residents, and they brought it to the select board for consideration. And the HDC has no plans for further districts. Are we pro-public housing? We're very supportive of public housing. Again, we don't wade into any kind of use, but we did champion the move of the Hosmer House to 3 Harrington, and it included public housing there. What makes 12 Summit significant? It's a unique Italian villa by the architect Harold Hathaway and a landscape designed by Frederick Law Olmsted Jr.'s firm. He dropped the use of junior, but he is the junior. And the residents were major artists of the early 20th century. Why did we add another property in October? That property, 8 Summit, directly abuts the historically significant property. What's the effect on the other people in the neighborhood? There's 0 effect. If you are in the district, you have that additional review. But if you're right next door, it makes no difference at all. There's no line drawn. Are there paths, are there plans to clear bridle path? Much of it is a roadway up, and then it is rougher and some saplings have gotten in. Right now, the stone walls are being cataloged, and then a general clearing will begin after they've been carefully cataloged and preserved. You can see some of that work. Why is the town using 40C to create the new district? Mass General Law 40C has a very current process to create new districts. Lexington's original legislation, which will continue to operate, is outdated in that way. How many other towns and cities have tried this? Hundreds. We are like the last in this one. A little over half of those, 54%, are single building districts. So one historically significant building being preserved or protected, if not preserved. So this is new to Lexington. We created R4. We were one of the first in the 1950s, but it's not new at all across the Commonwealth. Somerville just created a large one. They had not done our 1950s districts. They're doing it now. But since then, they've been doing single family districts and, single building districts. And Brookline has created 8 in just the last couple of years. That's just some examples. Is the new district small compared to others? And it's actually the opposite. Most new local historic districts are small, and the majority are even just one historic building. What criteria we use to include the current properties? All of the properties which border the 2 National Register eligible properties are included, as well as individually architecturally significant properties, and those are 104 Fallen and 2 Summit. Bordering properties include 2 contemporary houses and wooded lots. Good guidance, which is used by other communities, is to have 80% of the properties opting into a new district. In this case, we have 89%, which is 8 out of the 9. The residents are not against development. They'd like oversight over the development in a historically sensitive site. The 2 wooded lots will be developed at some point in the future. The current owner plans affordable housing units on one and conservation land use for the other. And the HDC is very supportive of these plans. How does the HDC insist on maintenance? We just ask that properties be maintained in good repair. So historic districts include important historic resources and some of the surrounding setting. And if you look at all of Mass Ave is in the districts, and it's a really wide mix of ages and styles of homes and buildings. So an historic district is not about enforcing one style or age. It's about the appropriateness of each individual design. Will your neighbors be able to become an historic district? If their homes are historically significant, of course, they can go to the select board with a request. The long and careful process will be followed. Is the new developer hostile to the new district? I have actually had a long conversation with Ozan, and he explained that he works within historic districts regularly. He even sent some samples of his work. This is in Brookline. I believe both samples I have are in Brookline, in an historic district there. And another lovely set of drawings. So you can see they're wonderful, and the building in a district is a success. Thank you.